Our gospel lesson this morning is brief, but marks a pivotal moment in Jesus' ministry. You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church. Peter is appointed to lead Christ's nascent church, a church just beginning to emerge. But just who is this man, Peter? Peter, also known as Simon, Simeon, and Cephas, which means rock, he was a strong fisherman, brawny from hauling in heavy nets of fish. He was used to hard work, and he fished with his brother Andrew. Andrew returned with others one day who had seen Jesus, and he told Peter, "We have seen the Messiah." Peter, however, continued to fish. They fished all night but caught nothing. They were about to give up, but Jesus at the shore called out and told them to try just once more. Wearily, they tossed in the net, and the net filled with fish so that they almost couldn't get it into the boat. Jesus tells Peter that he will now be a fisher of men. I think the person in the Bible I relate most to is Peter. He truly wants to do what is right and to please Jesus, but he stumbles and bumbles along the way. He is loyal, loving, determined, unsure, fearful, impetuous, and shows flashes of anger. When Jesus walked across the water to the boat, Peter asked to do the same. But once on the water, his confidence slipped, and he was afraid. He called to Jesus to save him. And at the Last Supper, Jesus prepared to wash the disciples' feet, but Peter thought that was beneath Jesus to do. Peter refused to allow it, but Jesus chastised him, and then Peter said, "Not only my feet, but my head and my hands too." But Jesus reined in the impetuous Peter. That sounds like something I might do. Just like me. Peter was one of three present at three very special places: the raising of Jairus' daughter from the dead, the transfiguration on the mountain, which we heard about not long ago, and the Garden of Gethsemane before Jesus' arrest. Even at such moments, Peter slips up. On the mountain, he wants to build shelters when they are not needed. And in Gethsemane, as Jesus prays, Peter falls asleep. When Jesus is arrested, Peter follows, but 3 times he is asked if he is a friend of Jesus. And fearful of what might happen, he denies it, just as Jesus said he would. And realizing what he has done, he is ashamed. After the resurrection, Jesus meets Peter and others at the shore and asks Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" And Peter answers, "You know that I do." Jesus speaks of God's unconditional agape love, but Peter's response is brotherly or phileo love. Peter isn't quite there even then. He wrote the first epistle of Peter and is credited with other writings in the Apocrypha or not included in the Bible. Peter was taken to prison in Acts 12, but the night before his trial, an angel came. The chains fell off and the doors were opened, and he followed the angel out. Peter will go on to found the church in Rome and the church in Antioch, to be that rock that Jesus called him to be. In the Catholic and Orthodox traditions, he is considered the first bishop of these churches, and as Bishop of Rome, he is considered to be the first pope. I have no aspirations to be a pope, a bishop, a priest, or even a deacon. But Peter's story resonates with me every time I stumble or feel I have failed God. Sometimes I try too hard, try to do too much, and sometimes I just get things wrong. But then I remember, Jesus isn't looking for perfection, thank goodness, or even greatness. All he wants is for me to love him and to put my trust in him, to let him lead the way. I just have to get out of the way. Amen.